There are two types of encryption. There is symmetric encryption, where the same key is used for both encryption and decryption. Then there is asymmetric encryption. And in asymmetric, one key encrypts and then a different key decrypts. So let's see an example of symmetric key encryption. Suppose we have two people, Alice and Bob, and they have met in private and agreed on a shared private key. So they both take a copy of this key with them. Now they are able to use this key to send encrypted messages to each other. They have a copy of the same key. So now Alice wants to send a secret message to Bob. What Alice does is she encrypts the message with her secret key. And now it's locked. Now if someone picks it up, it's all scrambled. It's not going to be readable. She can send it over to Bob, trusting that no one else along the way will be able to understand it because they don't have the key. And now Bob decrypts the message with his key, and he's able to read the message. Now, this only worked because they were able to share this key. They met up in private and were able to make copies of this shared key. And this presents a problem for encrypted communication on the internet. There are billions of devices on the internet, and computers can't really meet in private to agree on a shared key. It's not reasonable to think that every computer will have billions of private keys that it's sharing with billions of other computers. So we need a different system. This is where asymmetric encryption comes in. So the solution is public key encryption, which is a form of asymmetric encryption. So with public key encryption, there is one key that encrypts the information, and there is a different key, and only this different key is able to decrypt the information. So in this system, everybody has a public key and a private key. So Alice has her own public key and her own private key. Bob has his own public key and his own private key. Now the public key encrypts the data and the private key decrypts the data. So the way this works is you share your public key with the world. It's fine, it's public. Anyone can take it. It's not going to be able to decrypt anything, it can only encrypt. But you must keep your private key secret because the private key is what decrypts all the messages. So Alice wants to send a message to Bob. What she'll do is she'll ask Bob for his public key, and he'll send it on over. He'll send a copy. That's fine. It's a public key. Anyone can get a copy of it. It's public. Once she has the public key, Alice will encrypt the message with Bob's public key. Now that it's encrypted, the only thing that can decrypt it is Bob's private key. So now she'll send it over the network. She'll send it out to Bob. She'll send it encrypted with Bob's public key. And even if attackers have Bob's public key, which they probably do because it's public, it's open, available to the public, they can't open the message because the public key doesn't do them any good. It's only the private key that is able to decrypt the message. So she can send it over the network, confident that no one will be able to read it until it gets to Bob. Now Bob receives the message, he is able to decrypt it with his private key, and then he'll be able to read it. What's nice is Bob can send a message to Alice with the exact same process. Bob will ask Alice for her public key, Bob will encrypt the message with her public key, send it back, and then Alice will decrypt it with her private key. So this is the form of encryption that is used on the internet because it's so much more scalable. It's so much more reasonable for all computers to be using this system.